right, guys, we're back again with more SICHL22. The first season is winding down. The Ants look like we are on the outside looking in with regards to the playoffs, but there is mathematically still a chance that over these last, 10, 12 games that we might be able to sneak our way into a wild card spot. So we are going to simulate through those games, and then once we hit the playoffs, either we'll be in the playoffs and then we'll, get into our first playoff round, or we'll be out of the playoffs. In which case, we might just sim the whole playoffs and see who the ultimate winner is going to be for season 1 of SICHL 22. After which, we're going to be doing all the off-season stuff, and we're going to just keep on going through the seasons and see how things develop over time. Hopefully, at some point, the Fire Ants can wind up on top, get a cup championship. But let me tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay. So right now we are, let me see, we are at 73, we're at 73 points, and, I'm trying to think, where's the wild card spot, 77. So we're 4 points out. So, it's possible. We might be able to. We'll see. Let's see. We're going to have some luck. The team is not fantastic. So we'll have to have a little bit of luck. First up is going to be Portland. The Buckaroos. Patrick Laine is back. Okay, so if that's the case, because I'd like to try and win some games here, we lost that one against Portland. Let's take a look at the lines to make sure that they've got everybody correct here. Yeah, that all looks fine. That's all good. All right, there we go. Good chemistry between that Meyer, Stamkos, Line A. I really want to try and keep those guys together. They got a +5 line chemistry. They're maxed out. So that would be a good... and again, Line A and Meyer, in theory, are only going to get better as they go. So hopefully we can keep Stamkos in the fold going forward, because that'll be helpful to have a first line that good. All right, so we lost against the Buckaroos. Let's see if we do any better against the Revolution. Okay, more injuries in Stockton. That's nothing new there. Another loss there. Okay, now we're in Kansas City. Okay. All right, we crunched them. 7-2. A convincing win. All right, London Monarchs. Man, we're not getting any easy games come down the stretch here. A loss. The Cougars. This is not looking great, guys. Oh, we got a win. Okay. AHL regular season has stopped. Okay, let's take a quick peek over at the old... All right, let's see who's doing what for Stockton here. Hang on. First round. Playoff tree. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we have the Eagles against the Roadrunners, who I believe that is God, I gotta try and remember who everybody is there. I think the Roadrunners are the Mustangs AHL team, and the Eagles are Portland, I think. Then you've got Barracudas versus the Silver Knights, and I think that is the Revolution versus the Gladiators. Chicago Wolves versus the Admirals. I know the Admirals are the Schooners. I can't remember who the Wolves are. We'll come up here. Hang on. Max is once again. I waited specifically until Max was like chill and having a little nap, and then of course I started. So now he's going to come up. Texas Stars, I believe. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, here's the AHL thing. Once the AHL playoffs are done, we'll take a look and see who the winners were, who the final two were. I'll confirm for sure who the heck everybody is. This would be much easier if we could just have our GHA teams. Thanks for nothing, EA. But we'll come back and take a look at this. What do you think, Max? We'll take a look at it. Okay, you can't play. Come on down here, buddy. All right. But you will notice that the Stockton Heat did not make the playoffs. So that's not great. Okay, we are still well out of a playoff spot, but let's just keep on going and see. Another loss. Yeah, this is not. Okay, Andreas Athanasiou is back. You can't be up here, buddy. You're gonna. Sorry. He's literally getting on the desk and trying to push buttons on the keyboard. He's literally trying to sabotage the video. Bruh. Chillax. Okay. We had a win against Dawn and the Huskies. That was unexpectedly good. Montreal Millionaires, a loss. Is London going to spank us twice down the stretch? Yes, they are. And the Grunge. We got a win there. Dylan Cousins injured with a mild concussion. Okay, he's done for the rest of this season. But there's only 2 games left, so it's not really a big deal. A loss. Can we at least finish on a win against the Boston Colonials? Can we at least do that? Nils Lundqvist is injured. Okay, we did get an overtime win against the Colonials to end the season, so that was good. Let's go take a look now. Regular season is over. I don't think they've made the playoff trees yet. No, not yet. But let's take a look and see what the final standings are. Okay, here we are for the World Conference. Florida, which is Havana. London, Reykjavik, St. Louis, Portland, Brno, Hamburg, and Vegas slipping into the last spot there, just out of the playoffs. Oh, that's brutal. Same number of points as the Aces, but the Grunge just get edged out because Vegas has an extra win. Oh, that's tough. Shamrocks, Crunch, Tigers, Colonials, us, Stockholm, and the Insiders. So, yeah, we did not do well. We did not do well. All right, and let's take a look at the Canadian Conference. The Schooners with 113 points. Look at all the plus 100 teams. Look at this. Maybe the Canadian Conference is pretty good. Maybe there's something to it. We'll see. Montreal Millionaires, the Norsemen, the Huskies, the Rockies, the Mustangs, Supersonics, and Toronto slipping into that last spot. Out of contention, the Slammers, the Express, the Grizzly Bears, the Sun Devils, Vipers, Wheat Kings, Steelhawks, and then the Grinders. All right, so sucks to be the Fire Ants. We did not make it into the playoffs this round. I don't believe that I can show games that I'm not involved in, so I don't think I can actually show you the playoff finals if I'm not in them. But we can simulate through the playoff season here, and we'll be able to at least kind of keep up with where everything is at. Okay, so we'll take a look at the playoff tree. Okay, all these don't matter. They're showing us all these things here. Oh, the playoff tree. We already got a couple of games under the wraps here. Okay, so let's see what the playoff matchups are. Okay, come up here, Max. Go back to sleep. Come up here. Come up if you want to come up. You're annoying. It's the playoffs. Everybody's looking for the playoffs, and I got to deal with your nonsense. Get over here if you want to get over here. All right. Okay, playoff tree. So in the Canadian Conference, we have the Millionaires versus the Metropolitans, which are tied 1-1 so far. We have the Schooners versus the Supersonics. Supersonics up 2-0 on the Schooners. Look out. Don's Huskies up 2-0 on the Rockies. And then dead even 1-1 Calgary versus the Norsemen. And then in the World Conference, we got the Buckaroos down 2-0 to the Aces. We have Brno versus St. Louis at 1-1. We have Reykjavik versus London at 1-1. And we have the Revolution and the Gladiators at 1-1. So we will continue to go through this. We'll see what happens. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I could just go back and just advance day by day, and then I'll get we'll get the scores up top there. Advance a day. So the Aces win. Nova Scotia wins. So they've kept the sweep at bay. Havana wins, and St. Louis took it to the Brno Barons. Yikes. 7-3. I'm looking at the top corner there. See, right there. Right there. Okay. We're going to advance another day. All right. Huskies win. They go up 3-0 on 3-0 in the series. Just a second. Anyway. Okay, Toronto wins, London wins, and the Buckaroos win. Okay? We're going to advance another day. Aces, Nova Scotia, Florida, and Brno are the winners. I don't think we've had any series settled yet. So hopefully maybe on this day, what do we got? Banff, Montreal, Reykjavik, and Vegas are the winners. Again, I don't think that settles anything. No, no one has advanced yet. Norsemen, the Sonics, the Revolution, and the Barons. So that means that the Revolution have taken their series. So Hamburg is out. Here then, and stop being a jerk. Okay. Next up, let's see what happens the next day. Montreal, Reykjavik, St. Louis, and Las Vegas wins. So that means Vegas wins their series. And Calgary, Yukon. Hang on. Let's just go down to here. Probably easier than me just calling them out here. Let's just go down here and take a look. There we go. Okay, so Edmonton in the Canadian Conference, Edmonton beats the Schooners in 6. The Huskies beat the Rockies in 5. The Mustangs beat the Norsemen in 6. Vegas beats the Buckaroos in 5. The Revolution beats Hamburg in 5. We're going to a Game 7 for St. Louis versus Brno. And then Reykjavik is up 3-2 on the Monarchs. So we almost have our first round finished. Okay, Central Scouting, that's all very good. Okay, so Montreal wins and Reykjavik wins. So both of those are settled now. Montreal moves on and Reykjavik moves on. So now we just have this Game 7 versus with who's it? London and no, not London. And who is it? Oh, St. Louis and Brno. St. Louis and Brno. That one still isn't settled yet. Where's this? What happened? We're already into the second round in... What is going on? Hang on. I need to check this out. If this thing is... This would be 100% my luck that this game glitched right off the bat. Okay, it didn't show the result for some reason, or I missed it, but St. Louis won. Okay, so here's the matchups. Montreal is up 1-0 in the series against the Supersonics, and the Huskies are up 1-0 against the Mustangs. Vegas is up 1-0 against St. Louis, and Havana is up 1-0 against Reykjavik. All right. Ay, caramba. That was very confusing. Okay, here we go. Huskies win, Sonics win, Revolution, and the Aces all winning. Next day, no games. All right, we got Vegas with another win, Montreal, Reykjavik, and St. Louis. Oh, sorry, that's Aces. Sorry, that's not the Aces. That's the that's the Mustangs, which are showing as Aces because I screwed up. So my apologies to Calgary again for that screw up. Okay, no games. All right, Huskies, Millionaires, Riders, and Spartans with wins. That's a convincing 7-2 win there for St. Louis. Very good. Okay, series are still pretty close. We got a couple of 3-1s and then 2-2s. All right, the Huskies win their series against the Mustangs in 5 games. So the Mustangs are out. Adios. Edmonton, Reykjavik, and St. Louis all win their games. So we could see some more winners coming up here. 3-3. All the rest of the series, all the other series are going to the game 7s. This is exciting. Place your bets. Place your bets. Montreal, Reykjavik, and the Aces advance. So it's going to be the Millionaires versus the Huskies in the Canadian Conference, and it's going to be the Riders versus the Aces in the World Conference. Final 4, baby. Final 4. No Fire Ants to be found, unless maybe I traded a guy to one of these, but other than that, no such luck. All right, let's see how we do. This is less exciting than watching an actual game. I apologize. It's what it is. This is why I want to make the playoffs, just because it'll make the playoffs sim more interesting. I wish I could just watch these games, but it won't allow me to do that, I don't think. Will it? Pretty sure it won't. No, it won't allow me. I can't do it. Again, EA, something that we should be allowed to just go into the calendar and simulate any game and watch it. But no such luck. Okay. Montreal and Vegas win. So Vegas is up 2-0, and we're tied 1-1 in the Canadian Conference. Next day, no games. Next day, Montreal and Reykjavik. I think that puts, 2-1 for Montreal and 2-1, I think, for the Aces right now. No games again. Rest days. That's exciting. Okay. Dawn ties it up 2-2. And so do the Riders with a squeaker, 4-3. No games today. We're tied up 2-2 in both series. Dawn pulls ahead with a win, and so do the Riders. Is this next set of games going to settle anything? Yes. Yukon Dawn is going to the Cup Finals. Who is he going to meet? We don't know, because Dusty pulled one out of the fire, and now we are going to a Game 7 in the World Conference to see who is going to face Dawn's Huskies in the Cup Final. No games. It is the Aces versus the Huskies. Who is going to be the first SICHL22 champion? Is it going to be Dawn or Dusty? Who is it going to be? Two veteran GMs going head-to-head. We will finally prove who is superior, the World Conference or the Canadian Conference. Let's get to it. Vegas, 1-0. You know what? Let's take a quick look. At the lines for these two teams. Right? They've made to the finals. They deserve a little bit of screen time here. So the Aces, we've got Teravainen, Malkin, and Toffoli. Jesse P, Kuznetsov, and Duclair. Schwartz, Nelson, Archibald, Holmstrom, Smith, and Abramov. I'm assuming they must have an injury. That's why Abramov is in there. Defense, we've got Slavin and Klingberg, Petrie, Edmondson, DeKaiser, and Hamonic. That's pretty solid. And let's take a look at who is scratched. Ryan Strom, rather, sorry. That's the injury, so that's probably why the other guy is in there. And in goal, Vanacek and Halak. Okay. Who else do we have? Let's take a look at the Whitehorse Huskies. They've got Bernier in net. Oh man, look, both 84 rated goalies. Not great, not fantastic, really. It just shows it. Just goes to show you. Sometimes you don't need amazing goaltending, although it always helps. You probably should get it. All right. Don has Kachuk, McKinnon, and Nylander. Stone, Dvorak, and Kubalik. Greenway, Bozak, Hyman, Tage Thomas, Jesper Bokovic, and Mangiapane. Defense, Hedman, Doughty, Hughes, Severinson, Buell, and Fabreau. I mean, I think on paper I gotta give the edge probably to Don on this one here. But the Aces are solid, man. They're already up 1-0, so you never know. Let's see. Okay, Don ties it up with a 2-1 win over the Aces. No games. Vegas with a 4-3 victory. These are all squeakers. These are all squeakers. Every game so far has been decided by 1 goal. No games. Don comes right back, 2-1 again, another 1-goal game. This is tight. This is where I wish we could watch these games. These look like these are amazing games. All right, it's 2-2. Who's going to be the Cup champ? Don. Again, another 1-goal game. All right, listen. Next game, is Don going to be the first SICHL22 champion? Or is Dusty going to put it to a Game 7? The champions have been crowned. Don Morrison, GM of the Whitehorse / Yukon Huskies, is the first Stanley Cup champion in SICHL22. Very exciting. Very exciting. Now, let's take a look. We'll make it official. We'll head over to the awards. We'll also check out all the rest of the awards as well. So there we go. The Yukon Huskies, Stanley Cup champions. President's Trophy went to the Havana Revolution. So there's a little booby prize for the Revolution. Huskies, of course, win the Campbell, and the Aces win the Prince of Wales. Let's take a look at the individual awards. Austin Matthews of the Kansas City Crunch wins the Art Ross. Sebastian Aho wins the Hart from the London Monarchs. Schooners tragically bounced in the first round, but Roman Yossi wins the Norris. Lady Bing goes to Aho as well. Calder, of course, goes to Lucas Raymond. He led pretty much the entire season, so congrats to the Gladiators there. Conn Smythe goes to Stone from the Huskies. Vesna goes to Connor Hellebuyck, as does the Jennings. Bill Masterson goes to Johnny Boychuk of the Insiders. Wow, there you go. Former Fire Ant, Johnny Boychuk. Good to see. How this is chosen, I have absolutely no idea. But there you go. Congratulations, Johnny Boychuk. Jack Adams for Coach of the Year goes to the randomly generated coach for the Calgary Mustangs. So good job, Calgary Mustangs. And generic Guy Owen. Selke goes to Patrice Bergeron from the Millionaires. Okay, we're spreading things out a little bit here. I like it. Ted Lindsay goes to Aho as well. He is sweeping up here. He's doing great. And Alex Ovechkin gets the Maurice Richard Trophy. Excellent. Well, there you go. So that is the first season completed. Completed. We did not make the playoffs, which sucks. So hopefully things will be better in season 2. But congrats to Don for being the SICHL22 inaugural champion. Now, we have a bunch of off-season stuff to get through. There's going to be player retirements. There's going to be the draft. There's going to be the draft lottery before that. We're going to have to re-sign some of our players. And then, of course, we get into free agency. So I don't think we're going to get to all of that. But let's take a look and see what we can do. We are going to sim to the off season. So some salary cap changes there. That's fine. Draft lottery. Okay, so here is the draft lottery, baby. Insiders win the draft lottery, so they move to number 1. That bumps the Grinders down to number 2. Hamilton sticks steady at 3. Look at Chicago via Ottawa jumping from 15th to 5th? What? Is that correct? Is that even possible? Damn. So that bumps everybody else back. Stockholm, Vancouver. There we are. We're picking 8th. That's a good spot. That's not too bad. As I recall, I think we chose Timo Meier at 8th overall. So that's positive. Again, this is where I wish that I could offer trades. I could try and maybe move up a little bit, but no such luck. But there you can see the rest of the playoff losers, or those who hold their picks at least, in there. All right. Okay, let's take a quick look at the draft, the draft list. Now, again, this is as put together by my scouts, so these aren't necessarily accurate until we actually start drafting guys. We don't know for sure if these are accurate. Shane Wright, obviously, number 1. Mats Carlson is number 2. Again, these are going to be mixes of actual players, actual prospects, and just made up guys by the computer. So, Ville Korpakowski, Damian Toms. Here we have a gem. Here we have Andrew Strimbu. So that'd be a good guy to pick up. If he's still around at number 8. He probably won't be. Let me see. Assuming that these kind of go by the books. These are the top 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So really, you know, I think any of these guys would be good. Savoy, it's unknown, but I think it's safe to assume that if he's like 5th or 6th overall, that he's probably going to turn out to be good. So even though my scouts didn't apparently get to him for some reason, I'd feel pretty comfortable taking him, especially where he's an established guy. So like he's an actual person as opposed to a randomly rated guy. So, but then of course we've got Kemmel, we've got Slavovsky, Connor Geeky. Oh, Connor Geeky. I could take Connor Geeky and just corner the market on Geekies. It's tough though because he's a center, and I don't really need centers as much. I mean, I don't know that I'm in the position that I can really be that guy. I guess most of my centers can play on the wing, so it doesn't really matter. I could get a center and just move everybody over to the wing. And really, my top 2 centers are Stamkos and Pavelski, and both of those guys, 2 or 3 seasons from now may not be as good. So, yeah, okay. Geeky is definitely a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. And then we have, again, some other I like this. I like the that he can play both sides on the defense. Lots of options. Lots and lots of options. We're going to have to see how it goes. Retired players. Okay, now, if your guy retired, don't complain to me. It's not my fault that he's old. If Joe Pavelski retires in this one, I'm going to cry. I might literally cry on video. Patrick Marleau finally packs it in. Eric Stahl, Ryan Kessler, Filppula, Nielsen, Matt Molson, Cody McLeod, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, former Fire Ant, Jack Skill, Cal O'Reilly. No, say it ain't so, Cal. No. Oh. It's a heartbreaking day. It's a heartbreaking day in Philadelphia that Cal O'Reilly hangs up the skates. But he hangs up the skates, baby, in the organization. So he retired as part of organization. So I am happy about that. Wandell, Clune, Mueller, Labrie. Okay, we're getting down into guys that nobody cares about. Let's take a look at goalie retirements. No goalies retired. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's. I mean, I'm personally heartbroken about Cal O'Reilly going, but other than that, that's not too bad. All right, retired players that are now coaches. Eric Stahl and Valtteri Filppula are now available to be signed as coaches. Now, I have left all the coaching decisions to the CPU again, so that I could not game it, and also because it's very boring to watch on stream, managing coaches and scouts and so forth. So I left all that. So we'll see. So theoretically, Eric Stahl could be someone's head coach at some point. That'd be exciting. And Marlo Cal O'Reilly is a scout. Oh, this is where I wish I did the scouting. Why did I automate the scouting? I could have got Cal O'Reilly as a scout for the organization. But it's good to see that he is still going to continue on in some form. So I'm happy about that. Happy about that. We've got some coach retirements here. Again, these are all randomly generated guys, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Following players in your team are now a scout and eligible for signing. Okay, I'd love to, but I'm doing all that. Okay, we're not going to do draft day interviews. Trade block. Miller, Irwin, Green. A lot of these guys are already. Like this. They're basically like Miller. His contract has expired, and same with Irwin and Green, I believe as well. But I can trade their rights, so I could still get a little something for their rights if somebody's interested. But again, I can't pitch the offers. Someone else has to pitch it to me, so we'll see. All right, do we have time to start the draft? You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to start the draft. We're going to do the draft. Basically, we're going to go through. I'm going to get trade offers perhaps, and then I'll deal with those. I'm going to pick all my guys, and then we'll go back and take a look through at least the first couple of rounds to see who everybody else got, so you can see who's going where and who might be appearing, who's going to get Shane right. It's going to be the insiders. So start the draft, baby. All right, I'm going to, because I can't pitch any trades, I'm just going to go to my pick and pick it. Sim to pick number 8. Okay, I'm going to call a timeout here because this is where we have to decide if we are going to take who we're going to take here. I mean, any of these three would be good. Connor Geeky, I know, is an elite level. I know he's not right here, but I know he's an elite level. It would be nice to have both of the Geekies. But on a practical level, it would also be good to have a winger. Connor Geeky doesn't have any X factors as well, whereas both of these guys have X factors. Right? Like look at all those X factors for Slavovsky. It might, and this guy also as well, David Jiricek, because my defense is not great. This guy can play both sides on defense. And he's pretty good too. Oh, I want all three. I want all three. I think Connor Geeky I'm going to exclude. I'm going to exclude Connor Geeky, even though I'd love to get me Connor Geeky I can corner the market on Geekies. Realistically, center is the position I need the least, and he doesn't have any. I mean, he might have him. I just don't know if he's got. I don't know for sure whether he has any X factors. He probably does, but I'm not seeing them because I haven't scouted him, so I don't know for sure he does. Slavovsky, left wing, I could definitely, I mean, couldn't hurt to have a left winger in there. He's big. He's got lots of stuff. I feel like I'm kind of leaning towards Jiricek because my defense is not fantastic. This guy can play both sides. He's a gem, so he's gonna rate well. I feel like Jiricek might be the choice here. Oof. Like every fiber of my being is telling me to pick Connor Geeky. That would be the most fire antsy pick to make. But I'm trying to be smart. You know what? I'm going to take Jiricek. I'm probably going to regret it immediately, but I'm going to take Jiricek. All right, he's an elite medium. He's only a 72 overall right now. I should have checked, so I'm going to have to let him bake for a couple of years. So I'm not going to see him immediately. That's what I should have done. I should have checked his Connor Geeky. Could probably go in right away. Oh, I forgot to check that. Okay. All right. It's all good. We are on the hook here in round 2. What have we got going on? What do we got going on? We have a couple of elites here. Neither of which have X Factors. X Factors are very good because X Factors... Maybe I go for Nathan Gauchier here instead then because he is an elite medium. He's a grinder, which isn't ideal, but... Oh, he's only got big rig. He hasn't got a lot of X Factors going on there. I'm basically looking for high potential and ideally with some X Factors. It doesn't look like I've really got a whole lot of options there for that. Nicolishin. I'm not crazy about Nicolishin. Marco Casper, like 1 goal, 1 assist. So I'm worried that maybe, like, because that elite medium is according to my scouts, but that could be wrong, right? That could be just completely wrong. This guy's only a top 6D for Grigorenko, so I don't know that he's going to be any good. Maybe I just take Nathan Gauchier. I mean, he's only got big rig. These are not great options. Maybe I just go totally off the board and just sort by potential. Like this guy Vickers, like I can take him later, but he's an elite medium, and I'm fairly certain he's an elite medium because he's well scouted. Right? I've also got David Goyette as an option. So tough. So tough. Okay, let's, you know what? Let's make the pick. Let's just take... We'll take a flyer on Nicolishin. Let's just see if he's going to do it. Jacob Nicolishin, I feel like you're going to be a bad pick, but here we go. Top 6 medium, 66 overall. I mean, not terrible, but not great. Okay, let's go to the next pick, number 57. We are now still in the second round. All right, we got a top 4D. He can also play both sides, which is good. It's a solid scouting on that top 4D, so he's very likely a top 4D. We've also got a goalie, which we do need a goalie. Jesus Redenbach. That's amazing. That's amazing. Jesus Redenbach? How do I not take a guy called Jesus Redenbach? I do need goalies because, I mean, I've got, like I say, I've got some goalies in the works. I've got Dostal and so forth, but I don't think I really have any elite goalies going. So I do need a goalie. Is it too early to grab a goalie? It's between the goalie or it's between Odelius, but really I just picked up a left wing right. I already got a defender in that first round. So let's go for let's go off the board a little bit here. Let's go for Redenbach. His name is Jesus. Come on. Jesus Redenbach. He is an elite medium. Perfect. He's only 60 overall, so he's going to have to bake in the minors for a long time. But he is an elite medium. So that is good. So we're not going to see him in this year, but in year 2 of SICHL22. Once we get to like year 5, he could be my starter, right? You never know. Okay, we are going to sim to the next pick. We are now into the 3rd round. We'll make this pick. What do we have? Okay, we've got Prasad. He's a top 6D, which isn't great. Top 9 forward. Again, not terrible, but not great. Who else do we have here? Some elites. We got a backup goalie. I don't want to take any more goalies right now. I mean, we've got like an elite medium here. But again, we don't know whether that's actually going to be an elite medium. That's just based on our scouts. But our scouts are not always correct. This guy here, this Vickers guy. It might be a little early to take him, but he's an elite medium. I want to just kind of grab him to make sure I've got him. Because he could, I mean, my scouts could be way off, which is entirely possible, but some wing depth never hurts. He is an elite medium, but he's like 49 overall, so it's going to take forever for that guy to develop. He might never develop, so it's a bit of a. He's got a high ceiling, but it could take a. It could take a long, long time for him to get there. Round 4. Let's make a pick. We've got a couple of elites. We could take Zach Stringer, Graham Sword. This guy's technically an elite. Medium top 6 forward for Angelo Langenbrunner. Wakabayashi. Chuck Wakabayashi? Are you kidding me? Chuck Wakabayashi. What a great name. Oh, I'm tempted to take him just on name alone. Just on name alone, I'm tempted. Let's start looking at potential here, and let's just see if there's any kind of gems kicking around here. Anybody has X factors? This guy's got a couple of X factors. Israel Mienskum. So that's a possibility. We could try him. Again, I don't know whether those are accurate. Zach Stringer has a couple too, and he's higher rated. Maybe I'll take Zach Stringer. See how he turns out. I don't think he's actually an elite medium. I really don't. I'd be surprised if he's an actual elite medium. Couple of elite lows. Top 6 forward. Okay, you know what? Let's take Zach Stringer. Let's take Zach Stringer. Look at that hair. He's got great hair. I don't think he's going to be maybe a top 6 forward, hopefully, but we'll see. Top 9 medium, 59 overall. Okay, complete bust. Complete bust. But again, great hair. You can't take that away from him. Can't take that away from him. All right, we're going to make a pick here. Scouts want me to pick Juntanen. Again, I mean, he's elite medium, but who knows? Who knows? I might take a chance on this guy. This is the other guy I was considering at that last pick. Let's take a flyer on this guy. Israel. Oof. Top 9 forward, 57 overall. My scouts stink, apparently. That's the lesson that we're learning here. Don't trust your scouts. They're picking about as well as I would pick if I were actually doing this. Okay. Sim to the next pick. Round 6. Now we're in complete flyer territory. Now it's just a complete who knows. So let's just take a flyer on a guy. We've got a couple of elite potentials there. Alan Rudewell. He's got 1 X factor. He's a top 6 forward, but low. Let's just take him. Why not? Yep, he stinks. Okay, so most of these guys are never going to see the light of day. Just like regular 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks. So it's exactly the same. Let's make this pick. I've got no trade offers at all for any of my stuff, so thanks for nothing, guys. All right, it's 7th pick. We can pick basically anybody we feel like at this point. It doesn't really matter. Let's just pick the guy with the highest potential. Dmitry Afanasenkov, congratulations, sir. Well, we got a top 4D low. Let's take Sergiev. Make that pick. Yeah, he stinks. He stinks. He's 50 overall, so they stink. Okay. Sim the entire draft. Entry draft is now complete. let's go by round. So here again, you can kind of like check and see. A lot of these names are going to be made up names, okay? But Wright, Carlson, Korpikoski, Tom, Savoy, Kemmel, Strimbu, Slavovsky, and Geeky, I think, are probably who came right after mine for Jiracek. They probably were the better way to go. I really should have gone for those. I knew I was going to immediately regret that. But anyway, there's your picks. Some of these are real. Some of these are not. Some of these we'll see again. Many we will not. But here they are, just so you know. Okay, there's round 2. You can pause and take a look if you want to deep dive into who you actually got. Again, half these guys aren't even real guys, so I don't know how much use it's going to be. But here it is regardless. Okay, round 5. Round 6. And round 7. All right, there we go. Done. Okay, we are going to sim to the re-sign phase. Following scouts of expiring contract. Okay, so Cal O'Reilly is a scout. Okay. I thought the scout hiring was handled by... I thought this was handled by the team. I mean, listen, it's supposed to be handled by the team, but I'm just going to give it to... Listen. I want to make sure Cal O'Reilly stays. Okay, so we've got a bunch of RFAs that we need to deal with. So let's do that now. Do we have time? We're running a little long. Maybe what we'll do, we'll leave it there, and then we'll take a look at the... I need to re-sign some players, and then we do to go into free agency. So maybe that's what we'll do to start the next stream. We'll kind of see there's going to be some craziness in free agency. There's going to be trades in free agency. There's going to be all sorts of nuts stuff. Let's take a quick look at 2 things. I'm going to take a look at who my pending free agents are. Now, you can see also some of the re-rates here. Okay, so Stamkos has gone up. Theodore has gone up. Gerard, Line, Pavelski, Batherson, Meyer. Okay, we're getting some nice re-rates across the board here for a lot of these guys. Dylan Cousins has improved a little bit. Nils Lundqvist has bumped up a little bit. Morgan Geeky has gone up a little bit. So okay, so we're seeing some decent improvement across the board here. I'm happy about it. Even some of my schlubs have gone up a little bit even too, so that's good. And on the goalie side, I'm interested to see what happened with the goalies. Vladar is up to an 82, so he went up by like 1, so still not fantastic. He's still probably better suited as a backup than my starter. So one of the focuses for this offseason is to get a better free agent starting goalie. But we've seen, some progress here among some of the other guys, so that's all fine. So let's see who's expiring. So Patrick Laine, we're going to have to re-sign. Pavelski, obviously, we're going to re-sign. Athanasiou, depends how much he's going to ask for. Same with Miller and Geeky, guys like that. If it's reasonable to what they're asking for, some of these guys, these lower guys, we're just going to get rid of. We don't need all these guys. We can probably sign better guys from the free agency pool than some of my scrubs. So we'll get rid of a lot of scrubs. And then we also, what do we have for goalies expiring? We have Koskinen. I'm probably just not going to bring Koskinen back. I don't think we really need him. Unless he's cheap, I'm probably just going to get rid of him. We've got Vejmelka and somebody else in the minors already that can probably handle it. So I'll probably re-sign Vejmelka, but I will probably get rid of Koskinen. Okay, and let's take a quick look at pending free agents. Now, some of these guys are going to get re-signed, obviously. Let's take a look at the... Oh, won't let me check. Okay, so don't read too much into this right now because a lot of these guys are going to get re-signed. Obviously, the RFAs, most of the RFAs are going to get re-signed. And a lot of the UFAs are also going to get re-signed because the team has, during the re-sign phase, to pitch their offers to the UFAs before they go to the wider market. But these are guys, some of these guys you're seeing here as UFA, these are guys that potentially could be available. So we'll have to see. All right? Okay, that's enough of that. Thanks everybody for sticking out. Congratulations once again to the inaugural champions, the White Horse Huskies, and hopefully I will see you guys next episode, and we'll do some free agency. That'll be fun, and maybe we'll even dip into the preseason if we have time. Depends how the free agency goes. All right. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.